वही अरे लेकिन मुझे एक चीज नहीं पता सॉरी Hello everyone, welcome to a session on PowerPoint presentations. As communicated to you earlier, this is a session about using graphs and charts to make your PowerPoint presentations impressive and impactful, let's say. So I'm sure you would have seen a lot of PowerPoint presentations which others make, right? Let's say some kind of, let's say your colleagues make, your seniors make, or let's say you've attended some presentations, some seminars where people make very good PowerPoint presentations. And you just keep on thinking, oh, what's that? When I make presentations, they are nothing but, let's say, a few bullet points, right? Or let's say a lot of data. That's what I make. But what people make, it's so much better. It's so nice. I mean, it's so jazzy. I mean, people are attracted to it, right? So all those things. And I'm sure you always had this question that how do I improve my PowerPoint? Okay. So today we are going to talk about how to improve your PowerPoint presentations. Okay. So let's start. Okay, so before that, let me tell you one thing. Before I actually start showing slides to you, or I start showing what's good, what's bad, what you should be doing, Let's talk about movies versus novels, right? So there are a lot of novels which have been converted to movies. For example, the famous Namesake, right? It was converted into a movie. Okay, so what it is like is so in this there is this particular movie Namesake, right? But do you know Namesake was a novel by Jhumpa Lahiri, right? It was a novel, and then it was converted into a movie wherein we had the famous Irfan Khan and Tabu. I'm sure you know there was Irfan Khan in the movie, and many of you have seen the movie, but not all of you have read the novel, or let's say not any of you have read the novel. But I'll tell you one thing. So if you watch a movie versus reading a novel, right? What is more interesting, or what is it that you remember? You can probably remember all the dialogues of a movie, right? You remember, oh, that was so beautiful. I remember these Yash Raj movies with Switzerland and whatnot, right? Switzerland, Mauritius, all the beautiful backgrounds, right? But not everyone can remember how an author or a writer actually explained in a book, right? Not all of us are used to reading, but what we see, we do remember, right? If you happen to pass by, you might not remember everything written on a particular board, but you do remember the signboard, or probably you do remember that junction or the jazzy board which was there on the way, right? So this is what the human mind is, right? So human mind tends to remember, let's say, graphics more. You relate to pictures, you remember movies, but you do not remember text a lot. Similarly, when I talk about PowerPoint presentations, what is a PowerPoint presentation? A PowerPoint presentation is not a document which you just send to anyone, right? Or which you just make a jazzy PPT and you just go there, read from it, and you are done. No, that's not what the purpose of a presentation is. A presentation is also about how you present, right? You are not reading everything from what's written, right? So the best way to do it is instead of just using text, you should use a lot of graphics, pictures, right? Let's say graphics, pictures, tables, bar graphs. You should use all these things. Okay. So let me show you a few things and give you some tips. Okay, let's start. Okay, so before that, can anyone tell me about the kind of problems you face with PowerPoint? Okay, maybe not. Let me tell you about it. Okay, so let's say, okay, so now you're going to look at the next two slides for 2 minutes and note down the most striking features, right? And I'm not saying the next two slides are examples of good slides or bad slides, right? So you have to think about it on your own. Good, bad, up to you. Think whatever. You just look at them for 2 minutes and then we'll talk about it. Okay? First slide. Just look at it and try to record what is good about the slide, what is bad about the slide, or what is the message on the slide. Okay? We are okay, another 30 seconds for you to absorb. I think we're done with this one. Everyone has looked at this particular slide. Let's look at the next one. Okay, so note down the striking features of this slide. Probably what is this particular slide trying to say? What is the message? If the message is clear, right? Like what is the highlight? That's one. Number two, something about the structure of this particular slide. Okay, so just look at it and tell me. You can keep your suggestions with you, like whatever comes to your mind, or you can just type it in the chat box. Okay, so I think we are done with this one as well, and I hope you have taken your observations. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so next slide. Now look at the now look at the next two slides for 2 minutes and comment. Okay, now you are supposed to look at the next two slides and take down the comments for them as well. Then we'll talk about it that why did I talk about both of them. So first slide. Just look at this, guys. Please forget what's written, forget the material. Just look at this slide. So this particular slide is representing a timeline wherein the person has presented data about this is something, right? I mean, this is not actual data. So you are presenting information about 6 years, 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. For 6 years, you are presenting data. Okay, done with this one. So now let's look at the next one. Look at this one. So this is talking about, okay, this is create together. And then you have, let's say, three caveats or three pointers. Okay, which have been presented not with a title, not with a written title, but with some kind of a shape or a picture. Okay. And then there is some text written. at the bottom. All right. Okay, let's move on. Okay, guys, so I'll go back. When you look at this particular slide, I mean, lot of information. Isn't there a lot of information overload? Right? So we have a title, How Rivers Are Formed, but then the picture at the back, the background, I mean, it's green. It's dark green in color. Then there is light aqua color water in between. One, when you have such a picture in that dark a color, it's creating a kind of divide, that too dark and light. So you don't know what font color to have. Number two, do you think the slides could have been better? Yes, definitely. You could have probably gone to Master Painter, format background, and you could have increased the transparency, right? And then you could have chosen a better color of the text, right? And so much of text. I mean, if you have to write in paragraphs, why don't you write a book? Why can't you just write small sentences and you don't have to write everything on your slide? It's not like copy paste, right? So you write only pointers on your slide and then you explain them, right? Explain them when you talk. Okay, so that's what you're supposed to do. All right, so next, now what's the problem with this slide? Can anyone answer? Can anyone answer this question? What is the problem with this particular slide? Okay, so let me tell you. One thing is, if you look at this particular slide, can you see? Can you actually tell me what is the takeaway from this slide, or what is the message from this slide? Not really. So when I look at this slide, the person has used everything. So you have the title, commonly misspelled words. You have one picture on the left, two on the right, lot of content, and a dark colored picture. Dark colored picture, that too, you have a dark colored picture wherein at the background as well, on which, I mean, it's very confusing. A lot of flowers, and then you end up writing a lot of text on it, right? So people who start learning PPT afresh without guidance, what they end up doing is, okay, I know I have to insert background. Let me insert a background without thinking about the transparency. I know I have to, like, I cannot make a new slide. Let me fill it. Yes, that's right. Diksha says it's not very legible. That's right. You can't read anything. But probably this slide has been created by someone who has just started learning PowerPoint or is not getting proper guidance. So the poor fellow has used everything in one slide. But it's not required as such, isn't it? Right. So what the person could have done is so there are three pictures. Not all of them have to serve a purpose here. Probably drop out one or two. Second thing, you have a dirty, messy background here. Please do away with the background, or if you want to use the background, transparency should be reduced so that it's not overpowering. And whatever is written on it, it's legible, it's understandable. That's right, Diksha. You can't actually see anything, right? That's one. Then after that, if you look at it, if the background actually goes very light, then your text in black would be visible, right? That's second. And the third thing you have to do is, right, the third thing is a little bit of, you can reduce some text. So on the first thing says, why do people spell lose and lose wrong? Lose means to suffer. So instead of writing it like that, writing it at length, what you could have done is, you could have cut it down in probably bullets, right? Probably you can say, how can people spell wrong? Lose. One thing. Origin, meaning, right? So this is the origin of the word. This is the meaning. Then you talk about pronunciation. You say, probably have four boxes and I'm done. right? I did not really need these so many pictures and everything. Okay, now let's talk about the good ones. Okay, so any comments about this slide? Any comments, guys? This slide? How is this slide? I mean, you looked at two messy slides. Now tell me about this slide. Okay, so I will tell you about this particular slide. See, the thing is, if you look at the slide, it's a timeline. Number one, light background, dark colors on it. Number one. So contrast is in place. Number two, blue fuchsia alternating, right? So it looks very nice. Number three, if you look at it, it's presenting data about 6 years. It's presenting data about 6 years in one slide. So much of data, still not cluttered. Okay, so this is the example of a good, right? Of a good, or let's say a slide which you will like if a senior presents. Okay, let's look at the next slide. Okay, this slide. Any observations or comments? Any observation or comments about this one? Okay, so again, the same thing is there, which is light background, dark text, right? And contrasting images as well, right? And instead of giving a name, right, writing the boring, having the boring text like collaboration, maybe ideas, and let's say conversations, instead of writing this, what they've done is that they have a small graphic, right? So which is very clear. What does it mean? Number two, there is also some kind of explanation. So there is a balance, which is not too much of text and not too many graphics, right? So it's a complete balance out here. Okay, so these were two examples of good looking slides. And now I'll tell you how to make them good looking. This one, there is nothing. There is nothing. You just insert something known as smart art. You just have to learn how to use it. You just need a guide in your life who can tell you what to use when, how to use it. Right? So that is the first thing. Now the second slide. Second slide, what's it? I mean, you just have to take a blank slide, right? You take a blank slide, you insert these shapes or pictures, and you insert text boxes and you align all of them. You are done. Now the question is how to align them. You have all these options in PowerPoint and you can do it. Okay. So with anyone who teaches PowerPoint to you, uh, this is the thing for you. Okay. Okay. So the next section we have is pictures. Now I'm going to tell you about a few things. Let's say usage of pictures, graphs, or charts, right? And how can you use them? Okay. So just look at this particular slide for a moment and tell me, what do you understand? Is there a clear message from the site, from the slide? Okay, so if I look at this particular slide, it says idea generation, divergent thinking, reverse, connect, analyze, sort, filter ideas. What do I do with it? Right. So there is no kind of title on the slide. I mean, I don't understand the thing. What is it? Okay. So let's see how to improve. Now just look at it. Is everything sorted? So here we are talking about, I have deliberately not included a title here, but what we are talking about is, right? So when we are actually brainstorming or are still in the research phase of a PowerPoint presentation, these are the two things we need to do. First, generate ideas, right? So that is the idea generation or divergent thinking. Even if you don't know the meaning of divergent thinking, there is a bulb here which tells you, okay, this is thinking out of the box. Then you have have convergent thinking. What is convergent thinking? You have a lot of things, you filter and you come down to a few ideas which you actually present, right? So divergent thinking and convergent thinking, right? So you have to have a balance between both while thinking about your PPTs, and then you reverse them. So which one is better, first one or the second one? Which makes things clear to you? Okay, so another important thing out here is you have to be a little creative, or let's say you have to be the designer of your presentation, right? So you have to be the designer and you have to be a little creative, thinking out of the box, or probably imagining things, right? Thinking of things as a metaphor. These are nothing but you had pictures, you pasted them, and you used some shapes, you used the arrow shape, you used text boxes, right? And you wrote text in them, right? But the only difference is the places, I mean, let's say the important ones you wrote in bold, and the less important ones you wrote in regular text. All right? Is it okay? Okay, let's move on. Organize your information. Okay. So organize your information, right? So this is something which I will definitely ask you to do. I mean, I ask my students to do in their presentations, which is whatever information they have to basically put it in place. I mean, organize your information one after the other, right? So what does this picture signify? Can you tell me? So in order to say organize your information, right? I could have written it, just written organizer information. Why have I used this particular picture on the right? Is there a reason? Or just for fun? Okay, so I'll tell you why have I used this particular picture in my presentation? Because if you do not organize your information, this is what happens, right? So a person looking at it, or you yourself, when you look at your presentation, you will just be like going across, okay, this data, this, that, right? So it's very important that you look at all the information, right? You organize the information properly. Okay, are we done? And this is just matter of a picture. I've included a picture, and in order to beautify the picture, I've used some effects, right? Probably a shadow effect, right? A shadow effect, or let's say you can even change the color, or you can have a shadow effect, you can have, let's say, a mosaic effect, all those things. All these things are possible. Let me just show you a little bit. Okay, let's say I have this. Okay, so I have format picture tools. If I have to change this, see, I can have this border. This is a ready-made border. Or if I want to have a different kind of an effect, I want reflection. See, I can have reflection, right? I can have soft edges. I want one point edges. See, this is all available with PowerPoint at just a click. You just need a teacher, you just need a guide who can actually teach you how to go about it. And guys, I must tell you, these days, PowerPoint presentation is not good to have. PowerPoint presentation is mandatory, right? So let's say if you have to grow, right? If you have to, let's say, grow, or if you have to do well, if you want to do well in your career, PowerPoint is something you have to know, right? Because this is something people think that ye to aata hi hoga. You people know this, right? So PowerPoint is very important, and PowerPoint is important irrespective of the department and function you are working in, right? Department doesn't really matter if you're working in sales, finance, HR, or what, right? It's important. PowerPoint is important because at some point of time, everyone has to prepare. Sorry, present. So my next example for pictures. Look at this. And what is it that you understand from here? So, components of good presentation. So, instead of writing, think, rethink, write, restructure, structure everything, and you should talk about the design of the presentation. You should beautify it instead of writing a lot of text. I just paste two pictures here. First one shows that someone is working, someone is getting down to the drawing board, someone is actually writing and probably thinking a lot and scrapping ideas which are not that great, right? Second one is about design. So instead of writing a lot of text here, what I have done is I've pasted two pictures, and you understand. Okay, so that is again important. Okay, guys, any questions till now? Okay, let's move on. Okay, so let me show you. Let me show you the use of a graph or a chart. Okay, so tell me, what do you understand from this? Probably on the left, I see that it's a popular method to display percentage data. Then more difficult to interpret than graphs. Okay. Then you have on the right, you have, let's say, some figures I don't even understand. If if you don't understand these figures, if the audience does not understand these figures, is there a point in having these figures? Maybe not. Okay, so how to present it? Now look at this one. Look at this one. What is the difference between both the slides? The first slide was about only and only your data is written, right? Which is very difficult to interpret. The second one is about probably the various factors and what percentage does one particular factor represent, right? So you have social media 4%, preferences 9%, link building 29, right? Content 14. Right. So the moment you look at this particular pie chart, you understand what features are there and what percentage this one feature, I mean, what is the effect of each one of them. Okay, so it's always better to represent data on pie charts, let's say graphs, right? Your bar graph or line chart, whatever, right? But you definitely need to know what are they used for, how can they be used, right? And they're very easy. Okay, so guys, any question before we call it a day? Do you have any questions? Okay, guys. So I think Okay, so I think we are done with our presentation tips and tricks for the day. Okay, but I would really suggest that please improve your presentation skills. All right, please improve your presentation skills, and for that you need a mentor or a guide, for which you can definitely join our course on creating impactful presentations. Right, creating impactful presentations by Safejob. This is a master class wherein I will be taking those classes for you. right? And you can find it in the comment section. People who are viewing this right now, people who are viewing this right now, we have a special offer for you. Look at the comment section for the offer, right? And you can avail it. And we start new batches every week. So kindly enroll, and it would be great to teach you. And it would be great to tell you, to teach you how to make PowerPoint presentations, how to make impactful presentations, and how to present. That's all we cover in our course. And if you want to know about me, I did not introduce myself in the beginning. I did not want you to have any preconceived notions. So, for you, I am Meenakshi Agarwal. I am a corporate trainer. I've been training people from various industries and various, let's say, backgrounds, right? And people of various ages for the past 9 years, right? And side by side, I also have a lot of corporate experience with companies like A.T. Kearney, which is a leading management consulting firm. All right. So you can register for this course. It's going to help you immensely. And as I said it earlier, this is definitely going to help you with your with scaling up in your career. Okay. So if you still have any questions, please post your questions in the comment section. So no questions. Okay. Then let's call it a day. And I would love to see you all of I would love to see all of you in some of our batches, in some of our classes, or keep commenting. Keep commenting in the comment section. We'll reach out to you. Keep commenting. We'll send you emails. We'll reach out to you. Keep commenting, guys. Okay, guys. So let's call it today. Okay. Have a good day. I hope to see you in my classes. Thank you. Bye. And guys, I repeat that link is in the comment section. Thank you. Okay. So I'll drop out from the session now. If you have any queries or anything, you can reach out in the comment section, or you can just reach out to us. Safejobs. And there is another email ID, support@safejobs.in. You can reach out to that email ID as well. Okay. Thank you. Bye.